Let's talk about the woman you want to become. The one who moves with a quiet power, who feels like luxury in human form. You know who I'm talking about. High vibration women have a zero tolerance policy for chaos. And that isn't a coincidence. It's a weapon. And what if I told you the secret to unlocking that next level, abundant life, wasn't about adding more but about taking away? What if the key to your next season is buried in your junk drawer? Because baby girl, I'm coming for all the life clutter. The stuff in your closet, sure, but also the stuff in your head. A cluttered home is a cluttered mind, a blocked future, and a sign that you're tolerating less than you deserve. And we are done playing small real talk. If this is hitting different, if you're ready to ditch the chaos and start moving like the woman you're meant to be, hit that subscribe button. I drop weekly truth bombs like this to help you reclaim your peace, your power, and your pleasure in the everyday. We're in this together. Now let's go. First up, your underwear drawer. Before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. For a privileged woman, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about a mindset. Decluttering isn't a chore. It's a non-negotiable act of self-respect. It's a ritual. She knows that everything in her space must serve her or delight her. Anything else is dead weight, and she travels light. This is about curating your life with the fierce belief that you are worthy of better. It's about moving from a scarcity mindset, that fear of I better keep this just in case, to an abundance mindset, which is the calm trust that you will always have what you need. You're clearing the runway for your future self to land. So let's begin the edit. Number 1. Your ratty undies are blocking your blessings. Alright, first up, we're getting personal. The first thing a high-value woman tosses is her entire collection of busted, sad foundational garments. Your underwear, your socks, that one grayish bra with the underwire poking out. I'll confess, for years I had this one t-shirt I slept in. It had a tiny hole in the collar and a faint stain from a long-forgotten midnight snack. I kept it because who cares? It's just for home. But here's the tea, that phrase is poison. It means you believe you only deserve to feel good for an audience. Every time I pulled on that sad shirt, I was telling myself, you're not worthy of the best. Not even for yourself. Soft life women don't tolerate that kind of disrespect. Even in private, your confidence isn't for other people. It's your internal baseline. It starts from the skin out. Holding on to tattered items comes from a place of scarcity. It says this is good enough for me. And baby girl, good enough is not the energy we're bringing into our leveled up life. Go to your drawer right now. Not later. Now. Find the single most disrespectful pair of underwear you own. The one with the stretched out elastic. Got it? Now walk it to the trash can. That's it. You just chose yourself. The level up is replacing that garbage with a few pairs that make you feel incredible. When you start your day putting on undergarments that feel luxurious, you're starting with an act of self-love. You're no longer an afterthought. You're the main of. Number 2. The vanity graveyard of broken promises. Next, let's head to the bathroom. I'm talking about the vanity graveyard, your collection of half-used lotions, expired sunscreens, and trendy eyeshadow palettes you used twice. This clutter is a daily visual reminder of disappointment. Each product is a tiny monument to a broken promise. This will give me perfect skin. This will change my life. I once spent way too much money on this cult favorite vitamin C serum that everyone on the internet swore by. On me, it smelled like hot dog water and made me break out, but it was expensive. So it sat on my counter for a year, silently judging me for the money I wasted. A woman who knows her worth is not letting an overpriced serum mock her every morning. Using expired, ineffective products is an act of self-neglect. It signals you don't believe you're worthy of things that are fresh, safe, and actually work. Find one beauty product that is either expired or that you just hate. The foundation that's the wrong shade. The lipstick that makes you feel like a clown. Acknowledge the lesson it taught you. Okay, I don't like shimmery pink. And then toss it. The sunk cost is the guilt, not the money. Let it go. The goal is to create your beauty uniform. A streamlined collection of holy grails you love. Your vanity becomes a serene ritual, not a chaotic scramble. You are a woman who knows what works. Number 3. Stop decorating with your heartbreak. Category 3 is where we go deep. We're clearing out the museum of the past. This is the sentimental clutter tied to a version of you that no longer exists. The box of letters from a toxic ex. Gifts from a friendship that ended badly. Clothes from a job you hated. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my closet and found a small box with trinkets from a relationship that ended in flames. I hadn't looked at it in years, but I just kept it. And I had to ask myself, why am I giving precious real estate in my home? my sacred space to the ghost of a person who shattered my heart. A woman with a privileged mindset values her peace above all else. She doesn't let her energy be drained by the past. Keeping these items isn't honoring your history. It's letting your history hold you hostage. The memory lives in your heart, not in a dusty box that makes you feel small every time you see it. Find one object tied to a painful memory. You don't have to throw it out just yet. Just take a picture of it. Remind yourself that the memory is preserved, and then put the physical item in a bag or box to donate or toss. You are severing the energetic tie. When you physically remove these anchors, you create space for your future to rush in. You're telling the universe, I'm ready for what's next. That mountain of free tote bags, mismatched Tupperware, cheap pens from the bank, and flimsy takeout cutlery. Let me tell you, I used to have a tote bag for my tote bags. It was ridiculous. I thought I was being practical, but my inner coach finally had to say, baby girl, are you a woman who builds an empire, or are you a woman who hoards freebies? Ouch. Hoarding low-quality items reinforces a poverty mentality. It screams, I'm preparing for lack instead of I am a resourceful woman in an abundant world. A high-value woman trusts herself. She trusts that if she needs a container, she will have one. A good one. She trusts that a pen will be available. Her image is her brand, and her brand is quality, down to the pen she signs checks with. Go on a 5-minute scavenger hunt. Gather up every free, crappy pen you can find, from hotels, from conferences, from the mechanic. Put them all in a bag. Get rid of. It's a tiny act of defiance against the fear of lack. The level up is consciously choosing quality over quantity. Instead of 30 mismatched containers, you invest in a beautiful set of glass ones. You are a curator, not a scavenger. Number 5. Ghosting your fantasy self. Our final category is the sneakiest. We are decluttering the artifacts of your fantasy self. These are the items connected to the person you thought you should be but just aren't. The yoga mat gathering dust. The expensive watercolor set you never opened. The stack of classic novels you've been meaning to read for a decade. For me, it was a guitar. I had this romantic vision of myself as this cool girl who could strum songs at a bonfire. The reality, I hated practicing, and my fingers hurt. For 2 years, that guitar sat in the corner of my room, radiating guilt. It wasn't an instrument. It was a monument to my perceived failure. A high-value woman is ruthlessly authentic. She either does the thing, or she lets the fantasy go without guilt. She doesn't let shoulds clutter her home or her mind. Her space reflects her actual life, not a performance of a life she thinks will impress people. Look at one of those fantasy self items. Ask yourself, with radical honesty, am I going to joyfully integrate this into my life in the next 90 days? If the honest answer is no, it's time to let it go. This is not admitting defeat. It is a declaration of freedom from the tyranny of shoulds. By letting go of the fantasy, you get to pour all that energy, time, and space into the woman you actually are. Maybe you hate yoga but love to dance. Sell the mat and go dance. This is the ultimate luxury, the freedom to be unapologetically you. 5 areas of your life to edit right now. We've cleared out the disrespectful undies to build self-worth, the vanity graveyard to reclaim our confidence, the museum of the past to welcome the future, the scarcity stockpile to cultivate abundance, and we've ghosted the fantasy self to embrace who we truly are. Remember, this is a practice of self-creation. Your elevated life begins the moment you decide to let go of what is weighing you down. You are the curator. Now I want to hear from you. We're all in this together. Looking at these 5 categories, which one hit home the most? And what's the very first thing you're going to let go of? Drop it in the comments below. I want to read every single one. All right, my friends. I love you. Now go make room for that next level life. Bye for now.